Hey guys, welcome back to 8A Gameplay, and we are back with Cinderella Phenomenon. Still working on Rod's route. In the last episode, the weirdest thing happened. Fritz remembered us. And what's weird is, it's like all the witches and fairies know who are cursed. Do you think they know him? I don't know, because usually he would be at the march-in. It's a little odd. Anyway, let's see what happens. Rod is explaining to Lucette that he wants his sister to be happy and his family comes first. So, let's see what happens. Emmeline takes the man's hand in hers as she wishes him well. Rod points out the gesture. See that? That's goodness. You could learn something from my sister, Lucette. Is goodness pretending to be interested in the lives of strangers? Emmeline eventually says her goodbye before walking towards a familiar store. This is the toy shop I visited with Emmeline and Rod before. I glance at Rod and notice his expression on his face. He seems conflicted. But why? But before I could ask, Rod marches in front of me and decisively pushes open the door. When I enter, Emmeline is already hugging the shop girl, Viorica. Emmeline, you look as beautiful as ever. Oh, please, I look the same. You, on the other hand. Emmeline steps back before nodding, a bright smile on her face. Being in love suits you. When is the wedding? Wedding? She's already engaged. I catch a small movement out of the corner of my eye. Ouch, sorry, my knee hit the desk. I hope it doesn't make too loud of a noise. Okay. I catch a small movement out of the corner of my eyes and turn to glance at Rod. I notice his fingers clench into a fist before he quickly hides his hand behind his back. Oh, it does not seem like he's happy that she's engaged. Though his expression is as impassive as always, I notice a tenseness in his shoulders. Decimond and I haven't set a date yet, but it should be soon. Would you? Viorica trails off when she notices the rest of us. Hello, Rod. Viorica. His tone is surprisingly static. Last time he was here, I was sure he sounded friendlier. So, what can I help you with, Emmeline? Looking for another doll? Another doll? But Emmeline is not interested in dolls. Oh, no, I'm just here to see you. I can't stay for long since Rod has things to do. Emmeline, I'll wait for you outside. Okay. I know it's my job to follow Emmeline around, but I am not at all interested in hearing her talk to the girl. Yeah, whatever. And so, should we stay with Emmeline or go outside? Let's see, let's go outside. Let's follow the man. My time might be better spent trying to improve Rod's opinion of me. If I could get him to help me precisely what I have done wrong, I can make up for it. I hope that would give me a good deed. I curtsy to the two girls. Excuse me, Your Highness. I shall wait outside with Rod. I cough to clear my throat. With the prince. Okay, I won't be long. I move to stand next to Rod, who is leaning against the wall. Aww, that's so cute. I like Sebby. I want a little Sebby. Rod sighs in annoyance. I have to say I can't have a Sebby. I'm allergic to stuffed animals. I know, very weird, but I've been like that since a baby. I would get terrible bloody noses around stuffed animals, so I'm so sad that I can't have stuffed animals. And if we do have any for my son, I kind of keep them on the other side of the house so I don't end up getting a nosebleed. Why do you keep following me? Tell me how to rectify whatever wrong I have done to your family. This again? I can't help but scowl at Rod's answer. You spout all this nonsense about goodness, but refuse to help me. How is that good? You haven't given me any reason to help you. What? If you're not serious about genuinely learning how to be good, then I'm not interested in helping you. Maybe I can catch him off guard by bringing up his response in the toy shop just now. Fine then. Fine. Then I will make normal conversation. Who is Viorica to you? He didn't seem happy about that. Has she done something to hurt your family too? Viorica is a childhood friend. She is not like you at all. Oh? Then why were you acting so cold to her? You obviously did not want to be inside the shop. Rod looks away from me and absently kicks a pebble on the ground. That's none of your business. It's funny because we got an up point for that, and you say it's none of our business? I sigh, disappointed with Rod's reaction. Rod turns away from me as Emmeline exits the shop. Ready to go? Emmeline nods with a small smile. The two of us begin to make our way to the palace again. By the time we return to the palace, evening has fallen. I hope we're not late for dinner. The minute the carriage doors open, we are greeted by two familiar faces. Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros stand before us. Princess Emmeline, Prince Rod, I was on my way to look for you when Sir Mithros informed me of your whereabouts. He glares at the knight escort, and the knight shrinks back. Sir Alcaster turns sharply to me afterwards, his eyes narrow. It's crazy that Fritz is his son. I mean, geez, they're like polar opposites. Why is he looking at me like that? It was getting late and the queen was worried. I'm so sorry. Princess Emmeline, Prince Rod, it is almost time for dinner. Please let me escort you there. Sir Mithras gestures for them to follow him. I'm about to follow them when Sir Alcaster suddenly moves to block my path. Creepy. His eyes are cold. He opens his mouth to say something, but then closes it and shakes his head. You are dismissed, girl. You may go back to your quarters. But that is an order. His gaze is piercing. Even when I was the princess, I was not able to stand up to that gaze. Yes, sir. After dinner, I make my way back to the room assigned to me. As I walk down the hall, I notice Rod heading in my direction. Rod? He suddenly grabs my arm and pulls me away down the hall. What is he doing? Where are you taking me? Rod does not answer and just continues moving until we reach an unfamiliar door. What is going on? Rod cuts me off by placing a finger on my lips. Ooh! He looks around wearily before finally pulling me in through the door with him. This place. I have heard of this place before, but I have not seen it. Is this the secret passage that leads into town? Rod does not answer me. He simply keeps walking, and I see no other option but to trail after him. How is it that you know this place? He still refuses to answer. Are you deaf? Rod suddenly stops, and I bump into his back. I stumble back with a scowl. You ask too many questions. Because you refuse to answer any of them. I glare back at him until Rod makes an exasperated sound. Lady Parfait is the one who told me about this passage. It makes sneaking out of the palace easier. Parfait? She did not give me any explanation as to how she knew this place. There are only meant to be 2 copies of the keys. The king has one and Sir Alcaster has the other. Then why do you have a key? Don't tell me you stole it from the king. I am not a thief. Lady Parfait also has a copy. She saw fit to provide me with a key for my own use. What? How does Parfait have a key to this place? You'll have to ask her that yourself. Once we step into town, I realize where it is that we are headed. We're going back to the Marchen. Delora is the first person to see as soon as we enter the Marchen. Well, well, look what the cat dragged in. Delora, you... Rod's glare silences me. He steps forward and points back at me. Gaze icy. Ugh, that's a weird way of saying that sentence. She is not staying at the palace. What? Delora raises an eyebrow. Why is that? She works there now. I do not know what game you are playing, but I will not be part of it. Excuse me? This is not a game. I do not want you meddling in my life as you meddled with hers. The room's temperature drops several degrees. Delora stares at Rod, her expression suddenly lacking any emotion. With all due respect, Your Highness, I do not want to meddle with your wallowing. But just because you do not wish to break your curse doesn't mean that others shouldn't want to either. You should be humbled that our princess here thought you would be able to help her. Rod raises an eyebrow. Where's Lady Parfait? Of course you'd want to talk to Parfait, because she puts things nicely. Fine, I'll fetch her for you. Delora curtsies as she sweeps out of the room. Well, I'll end this here. So, hopefully, we'll figure out why the heck Rod does not want to help us, even though he doesn't want his curse lifted, which is also weird. Why wouldn't he want his curse lifted? Anyway, I hope you liked the video, and let me know if you like this story or not, and still, like I said too, let me know if you like the bad endings. I really don't like doing bad endings, but if you want, I can. Alright, see you in the next video. Bye!